Hello friends, welcome to English Minds. Today we will discussing on alienation effect literary term. Have you ever watched a play or movie where you become so emotionally involved that you forget it was just a performance? Now imagine if the actors suddenly spoke directly to you, reminding you that you are watching a staged event. That technique is called the alienation effect or Verfremdungseffekt, a concept introduced by German playwright Bertolt Brecht. The alienation effect is a dramatic technique that prevents the audience from getting emotionally attached to the character. Instead of making the audience feel deeply for the characters, Brecht wanted them to think critically about the issues presented in the play. It, it is also called distancing effect and or defamiliarization because it creates a psychological distance between the audience and the performance. Bertolt Brecht, 1898 to 1956, was a Marxist playwright who believed that theatre should not just entertain but also educate people about social and political issues. He wanted to he wanted the audience to remain aware that they were watching a play so they could analyze and question the themes rather than simply getting lost in the emotions of the story. Traditional theatre, such as Aristotelian drama, focused on emotional involvement where audiences would sympathize with characters and experience catharsis, emotional release. Brecht opposed this idea and believed that instead of feeling sorry for a character's fate, audiences should be encouraged to take action against real world injustices. Brecht used several techniques to create this effect in his play. Breaking the fourth wall. Actors speak directly to the audience, commenting on the action. Example: in The Good Person of Szechuan, the protagonist questions the audience about morality. Minimalist set design, simple props and banners instead of realistic setting. In Mother Courage and Her Children, props are used symbolically rather than to create realistic scenes. Visual production element, lights, music, and scenes change are deliberately exposed. Instead of dimming light for scene, change bridge kept everything visual. Sudden interruption in the action with songs or projections explaining the message. In the opera, characters sing to criticize capitalism. Britannian Praise, Mother Courage and Her Children, 1939, a war drama. It makes the audience analyze the cost of war rather than sympathizing with characters. The Chalk Circle, 1944, uses a narrator and episodic storytelling to present social justice theme. Deadpool, 2016 2018, the character constantly breaks the fourth wall, reminding the audience it's just a movie. Fleabag, 2016 to 2019, the protagonist speaks directly to the camera, making the audience think carefully about her choices. The Truman Show, 1989, the audience is made aware that Truman life is being controlled, making them question reality and media influences. The alienation effect challenges the traditional way of storytelling by forcing audience to think rather than feel. Brecht believed that theatre should be a tool for social change, encouraging people to reflect on society flaws that and take action. Even today, this technique is widely used in theatre, film, and television, proving that art is just not just for entertainment but also for awareness and transformation. The alienation effect makes the audience aware they are watching a play. Brecht used to promote critical thinking rather than emotional attachment. Techniques include breaking the fourth wall, minimal set, and visual production elements found in plays like Mother Courage and film like Deadpool, The Truman Show. Alienation effect. I hope you are a serious applicant. Please ensure you have a pen and paper ready to take note or complete your assessment accurately. Who introduced the concept of Verfremdungseffekt, alienation effect? Option B, Bertolt Brecht. Brecht introduced as a technique in epic theatre. What is the primary purpose of the alienation effect? Option C, to take the audience critically aware. The alienation effect discourages emotional involvement and promotes critical thinking. In which type of theatre of Verfremdungseffekt primarily used? Option B, epic theatre. Bridge is a key feature of theatre. Which of the following is not a technique used in Verfremdungseffekt? Option B, emotional catharsis. Unlike realist theatre, Bridgenian theatre avoids emotional catharsis. Verfremdungseffekt is most commonly associated with which playwright? Option B, Bertolt Brecht. He is the most famous practitioner of the alienation effect. Which dramatic moment is alienation effect opposed to? Option A, realism. Brecht opposed realist theatre which aimed at emotional identification. What is another term of the for the alienation effect? Option B, aesthetic distance. The term also describes the distancing effect in Brecht plays. Brecht's alienation effect was influenced by which theoretical tradition? Option B, Chinese opera. Brecht was influenced by Chinese opera, which used stylized action and non-realistic element. Which of the following playwright influenced Brecht's theoretical technique? Option B, Edwin Picasso. The alienation effect aims to prevent which of the following in audiences? Option B, emotional identification. Britannian theatre prevents emotional involvement, forcing audiences to think critically. What role do songs play in Britannian theatre? Option A, they enhance emotional engagement. Option C, they comment on the action. Songs of Brechtian theatre provide analysis rather than emotional connection. Why does Brecht break the fourth wall in his plays? Option D, to prevent emotional identification. Breaking the fourth wall reminds the audience that they are watching a performance. How does Brecht use narration in his plays? Option A, to explain the plot directly. Narration is used to make events clearer rather than create emotional drama. Which of the following is a characteristic of Verfremdungseffekt? Option B, self awareness in performance. Brecht theatre makes actors and audience conscious and of the performance. Brecht used guests in his plays to emphasize what? Option B, social and political messages. How does Brecht view the audience in epic theatre? Option C, as critical spectators. The audience is expected to analyze, not passively consume. What does Brecht use placards and signs achieve in his plays? Option B provides additional information. Placards and signs introduce scenes or comment on action. Which technique is not associated with alienation effect? Option C catharsis. Unlike Aristotelian drama, Bachian theatre avoids catharsis. What effect does episodic structure have in Brechian play? Option C forces critical reflection. The episodic structure prevents emotional immersion. Which of these plays by Brecht best exemplifies? Option C Mother Courage and her children. The play is a key example of Brecht's use of Verfremdungseffekt. Which of the following is a famous play by Brecht? The Cassasian Chalk Circle. In The Good Person, Ops 1. How does Brecht use alienation effect? Option C through direct address and commentary. What is the central theme of Mother Courage and her children? Option B the absurdity of war. Mother Courage and her children critiques war and capitalism. How does Brecht use irony in his plays? Option C to critique social and political issues. Brecht uses use of irony serves political and social commentary. Which of the following Brechtian play critiques capitalism? Option B the Threepenny Opera. This play critiques capitalism using satire. What is the role of narrator in Brechtian plays? Option B, to provide direct commentary. Narrators in Brechtian theatre explain rather than dramatize. Which of these elements is not found in Brecht plays? Option B, psychological realism. What is a distinguishing play feature of Brecht's The Threepenny Opera? Option A, use of music to reinforce themes. Why does Brecht discourage emotional attachment in theatre? Option C, to encourage intellectual engagement. Brecht discouraged emotional identification to provoke thought. How does Brecht incorporate historical events into his plays? Option B, by showing their political implications. Historical events are used to reveal socio political patterns. Which political ideology influenced Brecht's theatre? Option B, Marxism. Brecht was influenced by Marxist ideas and critiqued capitalism. Who among the following playwrights was influenced by Brecht? Option C, Augusto Boal. Boal's theatre of the oppressed was inspired by Brechtian techniques. How did Brecht view the role of theatre in society? Option B, as a means to educate and inspire social change. Which modern theoretical movement is inspired by Brecht? Option B, documentary theatre. This movement adopted Brecht's techniques to present factual social commentary. How did Brecht's plays differ from traditional Aristotelian drama? Option C, they promoted intellectual detachment. Unlike Aristotelian drama, Brecht's theatre avoids emotional immersion. What is the impact of Verfremdungseffect on modern theatre? Option C, it inspired experimental and political theatre. Which theatre company was founded by Brecht? Option A, the Berliner Ensemble. How did Brecht's exile impact his work? Option B, he developed new theoretical techniques. Which playwright opposed Brecht's techniques? Option D, all of the above. How did Brecht use humor in his play? Option B, to emphasize serious social and political issues. Humor in Brechtian theatre often carries a critical message. What was Brecht's view on capitalism in his plays? Option C, he critiqued it as exploitative. How did Brecht's theatre influence film? Option B, by using jump cut and direct address. Brecht's influence is evident in films that break the fourth wall and avoid conventional storytelling. Which non Western theatre forms influenced Brecht? Option D, all of the above. What is the relationship between Brecht and Marxism? Option B, Brecht used theatre to promote Marxist thought. How did Brecht's theatre respond to World War II? Option B, by directly critiquing fascism and war propaganda. Why did Brecht reject psychological realism? Option A, he believed it discouraged critical thinking. Which 20th century movement adopted Brechtian techniques? Option D, all of the above. Theatre of oppressed, postmodern theatre, and political theatre. Movements such as the theatre of oppressed, postmodern, and political theatre have adopted Brechtian methods. How is alienation effect used in contemporary cinema? Option B, by breaking the fourth wall and using self-awareness. What was Brecht's impact on postmodern theatre? Option C, he influenced experimental, fragmented narratives. How is Brecht's legacy seen in today's political theatre? Option A, through theatre that provokes critical thought. Political theatre today communicate Brecht's legacy and engaging audience in social and political discussion. This practice provides detailed explanation for alienation effect, making it easier and understand Brecht's theories, techniques, influences, and relevancy. I hope you like this video. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Stay tuned for more informative content and make sure to hit the bell icon. Never miss an update. See you in the next video. Thank you.